Hello, Charlotte. Garrett Hoig here, part of the Griesinger Group, and who I have with me today is the actual owner of the Griesinger Group, Andy Griesinger himself. I've been working with Andy here for now, 3 years, I think?
Almost, yeah.
Oh my God, time flies. Wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about myself. I also want to make sure I talk a little bit about Andy and the team and how we operate as a team, and just kind of present to you a little bit about us as a whole. I guess first question here is, how did we meet? Because 3 years ago, I don't remember what I had for breakfast, but I'm trying to figure that out. How was it?
You know what it was? It was an Instagram story that I posted. I said, I've got thousands of leads that need to be called. And Garrett was one of a couple guys that responded and said, you know what, I'll call those. I'll call through that whole list. And we met a couple times and he decided that he wanted to join the team and call these people. And I don't know if you called all of them or not. I think you're still working on that list.
I'm pretty sure it's still collecting dust right now. But I called a lot of those people, but just to be fair, there was a load of people. And then actually, what's funny is the minute I joined the team, it was like something happened and I just like started skyrocketing as far as business. So I was like, I don't want to neglect these people, but like I'm here to make money right now and these people aren't answering me, Andy. So
well, you started building your business very heavily off of Sphere and your network and a lot of the relationships that you have, which is how we've built this whole team and this machine that we have. And I mean, dude, since you joined the team, like last year we were the #1 EXP team in Charlotte. I was the #1 agent at EXP in Charlotte and top 10 in the entire MLS. So like we're all selling a lot of houses and your business took off, like you said, as soon as you joined the team. And a lot of that's because we try and work with everyone, like yourself and everyone on the team. We work through the idea of how to reduce friction when you're in the deal and when you're working with clients and how to make sure that you can best serve your clients, and then also that way it will allow you to serve more clients.
Yeah, no, and honestly, that's kind of the framework of everything, and that's how everything's been going so far. I mean, I think there's only been a couple of those phone calls that have actually come to fruition, but it was my way of getting in the door, and here I am. He hasn't kicked me out of it yet, so
Not yet.
The team's been growing. Caden, I think, would be our 5th or 6th agent now. Yeah, that sounds right. And he's now joined. What's kind of the formula, obviously, outside of me being me and a rock star, and joining the team? I'm just kidding. What's kind of the formula that you're looking for when you are looking to hire somebody? Like what has allowed you to kind of grow this and make sure that you kind of keep the mold?
We do have some pretty strict qualifications that someone has to meet, but then honestly, we look for people who want it. Like we look for that intangible in an agent that is willing to put in the work, right? We can tell you what to do all day and give you advice on things to do, but it's on you, it's on every agent to actually execute on that and do it. Yeah. And so what we look for is some of those intangibles. Like, are they going to actually put in the work? Do they have the connections? Do they have a good network? Do they have a reliable sphere that they can tap into? Are they willing to put in the work, like doing the open houses, making the calls, knocking on doors, the things that, sure, they're not fun, they're not sexy, but they work. Yeah. And so people who are willing to put in the work, you can tell. And we put we test them. When people are trying to join the team, we put little things in place to figure out, like, can they do certain things within a certain amount of time? Are they going to say they're going to do something and do it? Because if you can't do that for me or for Farah when you're interviewing with us, then how can we trust that you're going to do that for our clients, for your clients, and for clients of mine that I might need help with? Yeah. So being able to show that you can execute on the things that you're talking about doing is a huge piece of our interview process.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. And honestly, I think too, going back on what you said there with the whole, do I trust you to actually go out with my own clients? And so I think that's a big piece too, because we do a lot of collaborating like that. Obviously, you have a big book of business, so we do help here and there with that. And it's like, are they going to be safe in their hands? What are they going to say? Am I going to have to, shove a sock in his mouth or not? But people like Jaime, who joined us, I mean, what is he about to do? 100 open houses in like 100 days?
Yeah.
If you know.
That's work ethic right there.
I mean, I called 100 people. I don't know if I'm doing 100 open houses, but I guess the other thing too now is you kind of shift. You see there's a lot of agents in Charlotte. We're just loaded with people in this market. You know, what do you think actually like differentiates us compared to, let's say, like your local shops? Or, you know, why EXP? Why us? Like what would you say? I mean, I got my own answers, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts, you know, based on why do you think we are the people that should be the ones that you work with?
You know, I think the answer is different if you're asking for buyers than it is for sellers, than it is for agents that are looking to join the team. For buyers and sellers, there's so many reasons why we're good at what we do or we're great at what we do. And that's the marketing, the branding, the exposure, having all of the social media presence, having relationships with agents in town. Not only having relationships with other buyers and sellers, but having good relationships with agents, because when something happens, or if you need something, or if they have something, they'll answer those phone calls if we make those phone calls, or they know to call us to see what advice we might have, or if we have a buyer or a seller for something that they might need.
Yeah.
So that's a big reason for that. And also, we're not the pushy salespeople, right? We tell people all the time that at the end of the day, it's their money, it's their investment, it's where they're gonna be spending all of their time. And so we are here to help advise them and guide them through this huge part of their life. But it's not our money, it's not our investment, it's not where we're sleeping every single night. So we are here to help, but it's not our money to make the call for what you're going to do. We can advise you on what to do, but it's your decision. Now, shifting gears for agents, there's so many reasons why EXP is great and why our team is great. Starting small and kind of going bigger, you know, our team, we have a family culture. We have a very tight-knit culture. We don't have an office, but everyone is so tight, and I think everyone enjoys hanging out with one another. And we have things that we do every week, we have things that we do every month, and we have things that we do every quarter, and then periodic things that we do together all the time. So there's a lot of benefits having local presence with good brand recognition, good awareness, and good respect in the real estate community as well. And then going bigger, we have, because we're at EXP, we have all of the resources of EXP Realty. There's almost 100,000 agents. They're one of the biggest brokerages in the country right now. And they're acquiring other companies and still staying debt-free, which allows the company to still be able to grow. Then within EXP, we have the Fast Forward movement, which is where you're able to tap into a network that is almost like a company within the company. So if there's 90,000 agents at EXP, there's like 10 or 12,000 within the Fast Forward movement, and they're known as the production group. And so some of the, I'd say, I think right now it's like 8 of the top 10 teams at the entire firm are in the Fast Forward movement. So if you have questions, or you want to grow, or you want to learn how to tweak something in your business, that group is going to be a huge piece, right? We do the mastermind every single Monday, and we hop on that Zoom call, and you learn something every single week. And you can build relationships with those agents. You can go to conferences all over the country all year where you can really dive deep on AI, systems, operating procedures, how to handle difficult conversations with clients, how to handle difficult conversations with operations, or how to hire a virtual assistant. Like everything you could think of, someone has done in this group, and there's someone who's willing to lend a hand to you to help you grow your business. And that's a big reason why agents like working with us, because it's not just the team, it's also Fast Forward Movement and EXP Realty.
No, I mean, hey, I would never say it better than that, but that was, yeah, I mean, honestly, that was one of the things. I could be very honest. When I joined EXP myself, I was more of I'm coming over to join Andy Griesinger. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm looking to find where it's not so much the stat sheet that's going to get filled up. You know, I want to find somebody that's going to allow me to grow, but also be able to get my foot in the doors. And really, EXP was a bonus for me in what I found out and everything with that. So, you know, I think brokerages are a massive thing too, but I also think too, on the other hand, is that the people that we are working with currently, they work with us because of who we are.
Right.
And I think, you know, the backing of EXP is great, but I think at the end of the day too, you know, people like you for who you are. But that's always been my mentality of this. And so, kind of backtracking a little bit, for you in the beginning of your career, I know you started off in the commercial side of things. What is it about residential that drew you to the residential side of things? Was it the people? For me, that's exactly why I like it. It's because I love meeting new people every day.
I'd say that's one of the biggest driving forces that got me excited about real estate or residential real estate, was because I like working with people. I like helping people. And it's so satisfying when you're showing a buyer all these homes and then they find the one that they love, that they can see themselves living in, that they can see themselves growing into, and then you help them get that house.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling in the world when they go under contract or when they close, and when they can finally envision their life and start actually executing on that vision. And you play a huge role in that. Yeah. And it's so fun and so fulfilling being able to work with people at such a pivotal part of their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of them, if you provide a good experience, they'll never forget you. And then you have business for life, you have referral partners for life, and you have raving fans because you provided a great level of service and a great client experience for all of your clients. And that's a huge thing that's important to us. Is it's all about the client and making sure that they are happy with everything that they're going through within this transaction, because there's always going to be bumps in the road, but we need to figure out how to keep pushing forward if that's what they want. And so if a client decides that they don't want to continue moving forward, then we're not going to force them to stay in that deal. And I think being able to focus on the relationship with our clients is one of the biggest pieces of this industry. And that's a big reason why I think we're good at what we do.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Well, I don't want to take up much more of your time because I know how busy of a man you are, and you got a lot of people that are calling that cell phone. So want to thank everybody for joining us here on the YouTube channel. I'm going to be trying to bring in new people every day. Luckily enough, Andy actually had somewhat of an afternoon open for me. So we brought him in, and I appreciate your time, my man, and I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Thank you.
So we'll be coming back to you with some new faces down the road.